We're here at Insomnia 65, and today I'm with Tom Donegan. And can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Yeah, okay. So I'm the events coordinator with Special Effect. I've worked there for about 4 years, almost to the day. And I'm in fact the son of the founder of the charity. So my association with Special Effect goes back a lot longer than 4 years, to the very first day it was begun in 2007. Yeah.
So how's your weekend been?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I love these events. We're really, really lucky to be one of the partner charities in Insomnia, and we get a fantastic stand, get to meet loads of people, show them a little bit more about what we do, and plus there's all the other stuff, trying out new games and exploring, all the cool cosplay and those different elements to the event as well. So yeah, it's been good so far.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how Special Effect has changed your life?
Yeah, so I've been working in the charity sector since I left uni, really. Always with events and fundraising being my focus. With Special Effect, obviously there's kind of a strong sort of link to the charity through my family. And I guess the way it's changed my life is if it's not too corny, it's really shown me the best in people. Coming to events like this, and also the kind of challenge events that we run as well, where people are putting their bodies on the line and going the extra mile to raise money. It really does sort of fill your heart with gladness. I guess that's the way it's changed me. It's turned me from a cynic into a very much a positive, optimistic person.
Oh, that's very nice, actually. What's been the coolest technology you had to use at Special Effect?
Well, it's quite a tricky question. It's a bit like saying, which is your favourite child? Because, I like all the different sort of technologies and softwares that we use in different ways for different reasons. And in fact, I'd probably almost cheat in the answer and say that it's my favourite application. And my favourite application of the technology is definitely a young lad that we work with called Alex, who got in touch with us and told us that one of the things that he could do best in terms of his movement was control his eyebrows. So he ultimately, having worked with us, was set up with some switches that he controls with his eyebrows.
Wow.
Moving his eyes like this, and also in combination with eye tracking, which is something we use a lot, and speech recognition, speech control. So a combination of all those elements means that he can play games like Minecraft really successfully, despite his disability. So I think that's one of the most ingenious solutions I've seen, and it's definitely one of my favourite.
So what is your most memorable experience of someone you've helped that used Special Effect? Well,
again, it's a tricky one because, one of the lovely things is we get to meet so many incredible people, and it's hard to say who's your favourite. But something that's really sticks out to me, I guess, is our experience working with a young woman called Becky, who has been known to the charity for many, many years. And she is also a huge fan of Minecraft. And she, first of all, started working with us on a project we did where we made 3D models using eye gaze and a program called Spore, where you design characters. And it was really, really clear quite quickly that she was a super creative person, and all she needed to be able to express that was this technology of eye gaze, where she could kind of look at various things on the screen and use them to create a character of her own. And then as a result of that, we then got the characters 3D printed, and she had her own model of the character that she'd made, which was awesome in itself. But that was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And now, recently, she's been helping us with the design of a piece of software called iMine, which is a special effect own brand piece of software that sort of sits on top of the main game and allows iGaze users like Becky to play. So she's taken her own experience from being a user of the game into helping other people by working on the design process and testing of that product. And as a kind of culmination of all of this, she actually gave a talk recently at the Victoria and Albert Museum as part of an exhibition that they were running and a conference that they ran alongside it about gaming and accessibility. And to see her speaking about the experience, it was just very, very powerful. So I think definitely she shines out as an example of what can be achieved, when people have the opportunity that they can get through the technology that we use.
What's the process you take to make sure you cover each individual person's needs in special effects?
Well, I think the key word there is definitely individuals, because the way that we operate, we treat no two people the same. Essentially, if people want our help, they get in touch with us, through the website or through social media or however they choose to do it, and we'll arrange a visit primarily, and it may be that we go and see them because they're not able to travel very far, so we'll go out and see them in their home, or they might even be in hospital depending on how unwell they are, or sometimes if people are able to travel, they can come and see us, but the key thing is that it's a one-to-one face-to-face visit with a trained team of occupational therapists and technology specialists, because we want to make sure that whatever we do, it's absolutely tailored to that person and is only ever going to do them good and not do them any harm, because people can be in quite a vulnerable position. They can be quite limited in their movement and things, and you don't want to exacerbate that and make it worse. But we'll find out exactly what it is they can do. It could be that they've got low muscle strength or something, so they're unable to hold a regular controller or mouse and keyboard. It could be that they've got the opposite problem. Maybe their movements are very exaggerated and so they're not able to control what they do. It could be that they've had a high spinal injury and so the only thing that they can move is their eyes. So we have to establish what it is they can do and what they can't do, and then we'll work with that. And because we've got quite a lot of experience now, over the years, we're able to sort of pretty quickly go, okay, well, for this person, maybe we'll try this, this, and this. As in the example before, we'll try some switches on the eyebrows and some eye tracking and speech recognition. And then, we'll set it up there and then we'll give them a test run on it. And if it's working, then we'll just leave some equipment with them to try out for themselves over a period of time. Or if we need to kind of have another think or maybe modify something, we'll come back to the office and that's when we start taking controllers apart and resoldering and putting new springs in and things like that. So that's kind of the model. But I mean, it's really important, for people, if anyone's watching this and thinking, well, that sounds like it could work for me, not to be put off by thinking it's going to be very expensive or anything, because we don't charge for our services. That's why it's so great when people do fundraising for us, because it means that we can help more people and keep the service free to the people that need it. And really, it's a case of just kind of piecing things together a bit like a jigsaw. And trying to come up with something that's going to do the job, because everybody, whether you've got a disability or not, wants to do different stuff, and they want to do different things with technology and want to play different games. So you can't really sort of put everyone into a fixed thing. So that's kind of the process, and so far, we've not had a challenge yet that we've not been able to meet, so right. Long may that continue.
Right, well, thank you for joining us today, and we hope you have a great rest of the weekend.
Thanks very much. Best of luck with the event.
Thank you.